Alright, welcome back to You Can Cook It Too, where today we're going to be doing our first sort of live cook. Or in this case it's actually going to be a live bake. We're going to be making some lemon cookies. I recently made them for a garden party and it went down an absolute treat, so I'm going to show you how I make them here today. I'll give you just a brief overview of the ingredients and then I'll put in the description the actual weights and quantities of what we're doing. So to start with, you're going to want some butter, you're going to want some plain flour, some granulated sugar, you're going to need an egg, some vanilla extract, you're going to want some lemons, you're going to want some lemon juice, and you're going to want some lemon zest. You can use pre-bought, shop-bought lemon juice, although obviously the flavour will be slightly different. And I've also got an orange here because I thought it could be interesting to put some orange zest in there and see how that changes the flavour. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to start with the butter. This has just come out the fridge, so it's rock hard. When it comes to actually using this, I'm going to want it to be slightly softened, so I'm going to pop it in the microwave for maybe 10-15 seconds. You don't want it to be melted, but you do want it to be soft so that you can whip it up with the sugar. I'm going to be using about 140 grams of this butter, along with 200 grams of the sugar. Okay, so you can see that I let it go just a little bit too long, so it started to melt a little bit. That's not going to be a huge problem. The next thing we're going to do is measure out the sugar, so that's going to be 200 grams of sugar on top of this. 200 grams on the dot, so now we can incorporate the butter with the sugar. Now, when we do this, we're going to whip it. If you have a mixer at home, an electric mixer, you can obviously use that. I'm just going to use a hand whisk, and the idea here is we're going to whip this together and get a sort of a pale creamy texture. Okay, so I've just been whipping this for a few minutes and I'm quite happy with that there. Difficult to see with the light, but it's gone quite pale, quite creamy, and a bit of air has been incorporated in it. Okay, once that's all nice and whipped like that, we're going to add the vanilla extract and the egg. Vanilla extract, we're going to be looking for about a teaspoon, and the egg is just going to be one egg. Little tip for anyone who's maybe new to baking or just doesn't know, I always crack my egg into a separate container. That way you can see if there is something inside the egg, or if you get a little bit of shell in there, you can fish it out before it goes into the main bowl. Okay, so one egg and that teaspoon of vanilla extract going in. Again, we're just going to incorporate that into the sugar and butter mixture. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing is adding some more dry ingredients, so that will be the plain flour and, in my case, baking powder. You might have baking soda. If you have baking soda, you can use that. If you're using baking soda, that will work in this recipe because the lemon juice will provide that acidity which is required for the baking soda. Baking powder comes with the acid and the alkaline chemicals already combined, but it is a little bit weaker than baking soda, so I'm going to use about 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. If you're using baking soda, you're going to want to use about half a teaspoon. And then in terms of the plain flour, we're going to be using about 250 grams for this recipe, and I will use a sieve when I'm putting that into the bowl. Okay, so there's my 250 grams of plain flour. At this point I would also add sea salt, but because I'm using salted butter, I'm going to leave the salt out for now. Okay, before I incorporate that in, I'm also going to add the zest of one of these lemons. I'm going to also add the zest of this orange, or some of this orange, it's quite a big orange, to see how that changes the flavour. Because I've made these cookies before, I know they're great with lemons, I'm curious how the orange will taste. In addition to the zest of the lemon and the orange, you're going to want to add some lemon juice as well, and in that case we're going to be looking for about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, but that is kind of something you can kind of change to your own taste. One of the things to note when it comes to getting the zest of these fruits you might buy in the supermarket is that sometimes they come with a sort of wax layer on the skin, so just give them a wash before you zest them. Okay, so that's actually all the ingredients now in. We've got the zest, we've got the juice, we've got all those ingredients we had earlier, and now I'm going to whisk this together until it forms the cookie dough, which we will then roll into balls and get in the oven. Okay, so that's all incorporated now, and I've got this thick cookie dough, and this is about the consistency that I want to see with my cookie dough. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some poppy seeds. I just think it adds a really nice texture and a little bit of crunch to the cookie. I'm going to preheat the oven. I'm going to preheat it to about 170 degrees fan setting with my oven. And I'm going to look to bake these for about 15 minutes, but I'm going to keep an eye on them and I'll be able to tell if they're ready once the sort of outer edge becomes quite brown. I've got a wire rack laid out for when they're finished so that we can get them off the baking sheet and onto this so that the bottoms don't become soggy. Something else to note about these is that obviously they're going to spread out quite a lot when we bake them, so do them in batches if you have to. I'll probably do 6 per baking tray, and this recipe should make about 12. Okay, you can see how I've set them up here. I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure these are going to meld into each other. I've went quite large, but we'll see how they come out. The oven is heated, I've got these laid out. I do reckon they're going to meld together a little bit, but we will see. So going to be 15 minutes at about 170 fan. Every oven's different. I know how long this takes in my oven. Yours will be slightly different. Even if it says 170, maybe it's 175, maybe it's 165, whatever. The important thing is to keep an eye on them. Look for browning on the outer edge of the cookies after about 10-12 minutes. And then take them out. The top will still be soft because the sugar and fat inside is still liquid from the heat, but they will harden once they start cooling down, and then we can get them onto the wire rack so that we end up with a nice like crispy bottom. Okay, that's been about 15 minutes now, so I'm going to take these out. Now when I take them out, they are going to be quite soft because, as I say, the fat and the sugar inside are still going to be effectively molten. As they start to cool, they'll firm up, so I'll take them out, give them a tiny little bit of time just to firm up a little bit, and then I'll move them straight onto the wire rack so that the moisture can escape from the bottom and we get that nice crispy base. Okay, so you can see here, a few of them have started to sort of connect together, and you can see if I just tap this one, it is very soft, but the outer edge there going brown gives me a good indication that these are finished. So I'm going to give them a few seconds to just firm up, and then I'm going to move them up onto the wire rack. So that's them now out onto the wire rack. Obviously the shapes are a little bit funny just because of I basically put them too large and too close together, so some of them connected. But the ones that I've taken off the tray first, you can see, like this one here, you can see how firm that is already. I can already pick that up. Whereas before, you know, you tap the top and your finger would have sunk right in it. And that is the recipe for my lemon, and in this case orange, sugar cookies. And they're just unbelievable.